this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of 40 Fortunes, a tale of Iran told by Shepard. 40 Fortunes is a story about Ahmed. Ahmed is a poor man. He is married to Jamil and they live in the royal city of Isfahan. Ahmed has no trade and also is not interested to learn any trades. All he has is a shawl and a pick, and he uses them to make holes, and with that he will earn little money. He is clearly unambitious and tells his wife that all they need is only to survive and this little money is enough for that. But Jamil is not satisfied with what her husband does. And the situation becomes worse when she is turned away at the public baths simply because the wife of the king's royal diviner is using them. Diviner means fortune tellers. And this leads Jamil into thinking that her life and that of her husband can only change if her husband becomes a diviner. Ahmed is taken by surprise when his wife advises him to become a fortune teller. And at first he thinks that she is an insane person. This is because he knows nothing about fortune telling. But Jamil is wise and creative and she tells him that diviners only apply wisdom to earn their living. She tells him that all he needs to do is only get a dice and he has to mumble some wise things. And she also threatens him that if he refuses, she will leave him and go to her father. In order to keep his wife with him, Ahmed is left with no option other than selling his shawl and pick to get a dice and the robes worn by fortune tellers. After he lands into the marketplace, the wife of one of the king's ministers, who has lost a precious ring while at the baths, comes to him. He doesn't know what to tell her, but as he looks at her, he notices a hole in her cloak. Generally, royal women or modest women will not wear such clothes. This he mentions it to her. But when he mentions a hole, it reminds her the place where she had hidden her ring. She is so happy, she regains her ring and she also pays him a gold coin. When Ahmed takes a gold coin to his wife, she congratulates him. But he says that this was only because of the grace of God and she cannot expect the same to happen again. On the same night, the royal treasury of the king is robbed of 40 chests. The king's royal diviner and his assistants fail to unravel the mystery, forcing the king to call Ahmed since he has heard about him recovering the lost ring. When he inquires from him about the robbery, Ahmed has no idea on what to say. But using his wisdom, he tells the king that the thieves must have been 40. Something that the king's diviners could not find out. He also promises the king that he will find the thieves after 40 days, and the king says that if he fails to do so, he will have to end up in the prison. Ahmed expresses his worry to his wife because he knows that he is likely to end up in the prison if he does not reveal the thieves, which he is sure he cannot. In order for him to know when the 40 days are over, he puts 40 dates in a jar and eats one every evening. Surprisingly, one of the thieves is the king's servant who overhears the conversation between the king and Ahmed. He goes back and explains this to the chief, who sends him back to Ahmed's house to listen for any further information. As the thief sits on the roof of the house, Ahmed takes one of the dates and tells his wife, "That's one." The thief gets scared and returns to the chief to tell him that Ahmed has unbelievable powers because he said somebody was on the roof. The chief repeats the same procedure with an additional thief, and every time the number of the thieves on the roof coincides with the number of the dates Ahmed has eaten. This convinces the thieves that Ahmed knows about them and that he will take them to the king. To avoid being taken to the king, the 40 thieves reveal themselves and plead with Ahmed to save them. Ahmed agrees to save them on the condition that they return all the treasures they had stolen. Before the end of the night, they return all the treasures to the treasury. Ahmed returns to the king and tells him that his magic arts can only get him either the thieves or the treasures, but not both. So he asks the king to make a choice. Since the king values his treasures more than the thieves, he says, "I want my treasures back." And the king is extremely happy to find his treasures back and decides to make Ahmed his royal diviner. But Ahmed knows that he does not have the powers to be a diviner for the king, so he says that he has used all his powers to bring back the treasures and that he cannot be a diviner anymore. In appreciation, the king rewards him 2 chests, which make Ahmed a rich man. Here ends the story. It's a beautiful story. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box, like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.